There are very few social experiments more revealing than a family reunion. You've got generations in one backyard, unsolicited advice floating through the air, someone arguing about politics near the grill, a cousin who suddenly has a new business idea, and that one relative who still asks what you're doing with your life. Family reunions are not just events, they are personality exposure therapy. Because how you behave at a family reunion says everything about how you handle chaos, expectations, nostalgia, awkward conversations, and forced group photos. Some people thrive in it, some people hide in the kitchen, some people accidentally start debates, and some are already planning their exit strategy before dessert. So today we're breaking down how each of the 16 personality types acts at a family reunion. Who's hosting, who's observing, who's mediating, and who's mentally dissociating by the potato salad. If you've ever been at a reunion thinking, why am I like this? This one's for you. And if you love MBTI content that feels a little too accurate and a little too real, hit like, tap subscribe, and drop your type in the comments below. Because here on Personality IRL, we don't just talk about personality traits. We talk about what happens when those traits are forced into a folding chair next to Aunt Linda. Alright, plates are filling up. Let's walk into the reunion. These types approach family reunions like an event that must be navigated strategically. ISTJs show up on time. Early, actually. They brought something practical, labeled, and probably homemade. They're not here for drama, they're here because it's tradition. And tradition matters. You'll find them helping set up chairs, making sure the grill isn't a fire hazard, or quietly correcting misinformation when Uncle Bob starts telling a wildly inaccurate family story. They may not be the loudest person in the yard, but if something needs organizing, they're already handling it. When relatives ask invasive questions, they answer politely, efficiently, and with just enough detail to shut the topic down. They won't complain. They won't overshare. But they are absolutely keeping mental notes. If no one officially organized the reunion, the ESTJ probably did. They're checking head counts, managing food distribution, and making sure everyone signs the card for grandma. They genuinely care about everyone being together, but they also care that it runs smoothly. When cousins are late, they notice. When someone didn't bring what they promised, they notice. When the family group photo gets chaotic, they take charge. Everyone taller in the back, we're not doing this twice. They may come off intense, but their energy comes from wanting the event to succeed. INTJs attend family reunions the way anthropologists study a tribe. They're watching patterns, dynamics, unspoken tensions. They engage in deeper conversations one-on-one rather than circulating endlessly. You might find them in a quiet corner discussing career trajectories, philosophy, or why the family keeps repeating the same arguments every year. They tolerate small talk. They do not enjoy it. If things get loud or chaotic, they mentally withdraw and start calculating how long they need to stay before it's socially acceptable to leave. They care, they just don't perform it. ENTJs show up confident and composed. They're catching up on everyone's progress, asking about goals, discussing plans. Family reunions are networking opportunities with DNA. They don't mean to turn conversations into performance reviews, but it happens. So what's your 5-year plan? They ask a cousin who just came from macaroni. They genuinely want everyone to win. But they also have zero patience for stagnation. If there's a debate about something logistical or financial, they're stepping in. Not to dominate, just to correct. These types experience family reunions emotionally first, socially second. ISFJs are circulating quietly, making sure everyone is okay. They remember birthdays. They check if grandma needs water. They help in the kitchen without being asked. Family reunions mean something to them. Tradition feels sacred. But they can get overwhelmed if tensions rise. They don't like conflict in family settings. It feels heavier. They may not talk about their own struggles much, but they are fully aware of everyone else's. If anyone feels left out, the ISFJ notices. INFJs do not thrive in surface-level reunion chatter. They want one meaningful conversation. Just one. They might spend half the event listening, observing, and picking up on emotional undercurrents. Who's pretending? Who's hurting? Who's drifting apart? Then, at some point, they find one cousin and have a surprisingly deep talk about life direction under a tree. They leave the reunion emotionally drained, but oddly reflective. Family dynamics fascinate them. They just wish they were simpler. ISFPs are present, warm, and low drama. They're not trying to dominate the room, they're absorbing it. You might find them playing with younger relatives, stepping outside for fresh air, or helping someone with something hands-on. If conflict sparks, they quietly disengage. They want the reunion to feel genuine, not performative. If someone pressures them about life choices, they may smile politely and change the subject with impressive subtlety. INFPs experience reunions like emotional time travel. They're thinking about childhood memories, what everyone used to be like, and how things have changed. They might feel deeply connected one moment and strangely out of place the next. If conversations stay shallow, they drift mentally. If someone opens up about something real, they lean in fully. They're sensitive to tension and can become overwhelmed if drama escalates. They don't want the reunion to be perfect. They want it to be meaningful. These types bring energy into the reunion. ESTPs are moving. They're bouncing between conversations, cracking jokes, starting games, maybe organizing an impromptu competition. They don't take family tension too seriously. If conflict sparks, they might diffuse it with humor or escalate it for entertainment. They love the energy of a reunion. They don't love the repetitive life update questions. If things get dull, they fix it. ESFPs thrive at family reunions. They hug everyone. They laugh loudly. They get genuinely excited about stories. They remember people's names. They compliment outfits. They make the group photo feel less painful. They care deeply about connection and shared joy. But if someone dampens the mood with negativity, ESFPs feel it fast. They want the event to feel good. And honestly, without them, it probably wouldn't. ENTPs treat reunions like intellectual playgrounds. They'll ask a provocative question at the dinner table just to see what happens. So what do we actually mean by success? They don't mean harm. They're curious. But curiosity plus extended family equals fireworks. They'll banter, challenge, and laugh their way through the event. If someone gets offended, they're surprised. They thought it was a fun discussion. ENFPs are bouncing between conversations, but with heart. They reconnect intensely with people they haven't seen in years. They want to know what changed, what hurts, what inspires. They may get overwhelmed halfway through and need a quick emotional reset, but they'll come back. They thrive when the reunion feels authentic. They shut down when it feels performative. These types handle reunions in quieter but powerful ways. ISTPs show up. They're polite, they participate, but they are not staying in the loudest part of the yard. You'll find them near something mechanical, grilling quietly, or outside with one other person. They don't enjoy forced socializing. They prefer organic interaction. They leave early if they can. No drama, just a smooth exit. INTPs observe everything. Family reunions are sociological case studies. They engage in deep discussions if invited, but large group chatter exhausts them. They may zone out mid-conversation, not out of disrespect, but because their brain went somewhere else. They care. They just don't perform it loudly. ENFJs are reading the room constantly. Who feels left out? Who's upset? Who needs redirecting? They're uplifting cousins, mediating subtle tensions, and making sure everyone feels included. They love meaningful family connection, but it costs them energy. After the reunion, they need a quiet recharge. ESFJs are in their element. They love tradition, shared food, familiar faces. They're checking that everyone has eaten, that no one is alone, that the group photo includes everyone. If there's tension, they feel it personally. Family means everything to them, and they want everyone to feel that. So, who are you at the family reunion? The organizer, the observer, the mediator, the escape planner? Comment your MBTI type below and tell me, do you thrive at reunions or survive them? And if this video made you laugh, feel seen, or rethink your behavior at the next cookout, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because here on Personality IRL, we don't just explain personality types, We bring them into real-life moments you've actually lived through. Someone just asked you when you're getting married. Good luck.